John Wick Chapter 4 is a tour de force film, and I love it. Definitely one of the best of the series and one of the best action films of the past 10 years. It gave me the feeling I had when I saw Mission Impossible Fallout and Mad Max Fury Road. So today, it was very difficult to rank what my least to most favorite films of the John Wick series have been. You know, this is probably one of the most consistent action franchises. And Chapter 4 is my personal favorite action movie as far as a fourth entry, along with Live Free or Die Hard and Lethal Weapon 4. And the only other series that I think comes close to John Wick as far as consistency and getting better with each entry is probably Mission Impossible. Here I'm going to share my favorite John Wick films. Before I continue, feel free to comment down below your favorite moments from the Baba Yaga, and let me know what your favorite John Wick film is down in the comments below. Starting the list is John Wick Chapter 2. John Wick Chapter 2 actually is a really entertaining film. Has a lot more action, spectacle than the original film. It expands more of this world, of the high table, the underworld, and it's actually a sequel that's very well done, but it's my least favorite in the fact that it's a little bit light on story. It's a little bit action overload. And the first film is just one of my favorites, and it's kind of a different film, but I respect it for that. I love the villain Santino, and then Ruby Rose as the henchwoman, so to speak. Common is great in this, and then John Wick actually has a reason to come back. You know, we learn about markers, we learn more about this world, and that he owes a debt, and he still gets double-crossed and loses everything. So we see John Wick without anything of his life after the high table. He loses his home. He has nothing but his previous life. He's almost a ghost. And I love this and the fact that it reminds me of the Bourne Supremacy. You know how the first one you learn about this world and this character, but in the second one you kind of get to see how they were before the films, you know? Everybody describes the Baba Yaga and John Wick and his life as an assassin, but we actually get to see him just like let loose in this film. It's a spectacle that goes all over Italy to New York. Another thing besides the story is there's assassins everywhere, to the point where it feels like they're agents in the Matrix or like the projections in Inception. It gets a little bit outlandish. John Wick survives so many car crashes and like getting hit by vehicles and stuff, and he still keeps going. He's just that much of a badass. But despite all that, the visuals are stunning. The action is amazing. I love seeing the Lawrence Fishburne reunion. As a Matrix fan, that was great to see. Someone give this man a gun. You know, a lot of movie franchises go downhill. John Wick really sets up a lot, and this is a catalyst for what's to follow in 3 and 4. Next is John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Sic vis pacem parabellum. If you want peace, prepare for war. As we saw in John Wick Chapter 2, we had a cliffhanger where he's excommunicado, and all these assassins are after him. There's a bounty. This is really good. It was, at the time, my favorite with the first. This one has a bit more of a story. There's a bit more time to breathe. It's not just action, 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 but there's plenty of action. And this series does the rare thing where it manages to top itself every now and then. I love this. Seeing Halle Berry added to the cast was a nice touch. Seeing an appearance from Angelica Houston, learning about John Wick's upbringing and how his training was done. Seeing more of this world. The opening, 30 minutes was fantastic. Seeing the horse chase brought me back feelings of True Lies. You know, he gets to go to New York, to Casablanca, the desert, seeing how the high table works, seeing John Wick surrender to his past life, and the sacrifices he has to make. And one thing that this film does very well that sets up the next one is how do you want to live and die? What man do you want to be? Do you want to be the Baba Yaga, or do you want to be the loving husband that was John at the beginning of the first movie? And that's something that's just so great. Mark Dacascos is awesome. Seeing the crew from the raid. Oh man, so many action set pieces. Motorcycle stuff was just breathtaking. I can't believe they did that with a green screen. That is just unreal seeing that. And it has a shocker of an ending with Winston, you know? I love seeing that shootout at the hotel. Some great action scenes. And another Matrix callback. We need guns. Lots of guns. You know, I love it. May he rest in peace, Lance Reddick. He gets some moments to shine with John Wick in that final showdown. Seeing the armor pierce some bullets, him fighting people with armor, that was great. All the way to that twist with Winston where he gets shot off the roof. I was not expecting that. That was a crazy ending that left such a cliffhanger that we had to wait 4 years, because COVID kind of delayed the fourth film. So that was nuts. Are you pissed, John? Because I'm pissed. She's like, yeah. Yeah, Parabellum is just an awesome film and probably my favorite third Keanu Reeves film, along with Bill and Ted Face the Music. Next on the list is the original John Wick, the film that started it all. I love this film. This and The Equalizer with Denzel Washington were like sleeper hits of 2014. This is a great revenge movie. Like, John Wick could have just been one film. I'm so happy that a franchise was spawned. It's kind of crazy to see that how he got beat up and his dog getting killed was a catalyst for all this carnage and mayhem in all four films. But I love seeing John Wick at the beginning. He just lost his wife, and Keanu Reeves is a regular man. But you see this Russian guy. Yeah, the guy from Game of Thrones. Him asking if the car's for sale, and it's like, it's not for sale. And you hear the guy saying in Russian, everything has a price, bitch. And then Keanu Reeves is like, not this bitch. And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, he knows Russian? Who the hell is this guy? This guy ain't an ordinary Joe. And it was so cool seeing that story. So tragic seeing the dog killed, basically. John Wick getting beat up in his own home, them stealing his car. And then you realize this guy is a bad guy. Some great actors in this film, including William Dafoe. Oh man, the soundtrack, the vibe. This is an original film where like there was nothing quite like it. And I remember I got this for my birthday. I regret not seeing it in theaters because I was busy with my senior year of college. So I didn't get to see this. It was already out of the theaters, but it came out on video really fast. And people thought it was going to be that, like a straight to DVD Keanu Reeves movie. It's like, no, this was something special. I saw this film and then I immediately rewatched it. That's how good it was. Oh my God. Killing strangers on there. Lake Castlevania, that nightclub scene is spectacular. Keanu Reeves just rocking this role. I think the two roles he's going to be most known for are Neo and Mr. Wick here. So many great action moments. And, there's two directors. One of them did Atomic Blonde and the other was Chad Stahelski. He was Keanu Reeves' stunt double in the Matrix trilogy. And he comes from a world of stunts. And you see that here. You see even some of the bodyguards and other people. They had martial arts experience or stunt work experience. And the fighting and gunplay was done in a way that was never really seen this accurately or this badass, quite frankly, before. I love that moment where he's captured. He's like, people keep asking if I'm back, and I really haven't had an answer. But yeah, I'm starting to think I'm back. It's just a special movie, and it's still one of my favorites. And I had a hard time choosing the first and second place on this ranking. They may alternate, but this is a film that started it all, and it has something that's kind of missing in the sequels, with the world building and rules. Is like, I kind of liked it more grounded approach of this original film. After that, at number 1 is John Wick Chapter 4. John Wick Chapter 4 is probably my favorite. This film, I saw it 2 days ago, and it's still in my mind. This is one hell of a movie. It's the longest of the series with 2 hours and 49 minutes. The stakes are high. Everything is just in this film. They got everything out of their system. Keanu Reeves does feel a bit more robotic in this, but I think that's kind of the point about John Wick and his humanity. He's just reached that point where he's just almost like this phantasmal being. Like, he's just surviving at this point. Seeing the new additions, I love the father and daughter at the beginning. Wonderful actors in this. Mr. Nobody is another great addition. And then, who could forget Donnie Yen as Kane? I love Donnie Yen. I've been a fan of his. And it's a shame that he hasn't really gotten his full due in the United States. And this is a damn good role where, this is one film where you care about the supporting characters just as much as you do the main characters. And this film, for having a lot of action, it's not like action fatigue. It has a story. It has rich writing and characters. And because of that, the action and the stakes are felt more. I love his arc, why he's doing what he does, but also he's a blind man, so it's kind of like seeing his character from Rogue One if he was a hitman. I love seeing the relationship with John, because he's somebody who is a friend of John Wick's and is somebody who greatly respects him. Bill Skarsgård plays a freaking coward as the Frenchman here, part of the High Table. He's the new bad guy. Clancy Brown's in this, and you get action scenes with nunchucks. There's an overhead shot that's just incredible, and when they had the Lake Castlevania nightclub music from the original film, I was just like, hell yeah, this film's like a greatest hits. And you could tell it's a conclusion, They could go on I'm not going to go too deep into spoilers, but the ending kind of did remind me of the final shot of The Matrix Revolutions, which is weird because of that ending. But I love this. This film felt like a samurai and western film, you know? And Lance Reddick, may he rest in peace, his scenes really hit hard considering the circumstances. It's nice seeing which characters are enemies and which ones are allies in this movie. And from the car chases, gunplay, fist fighting, this is one of the most satisfying films I've seen in a long time. And would I like another John Wick? Yeah, it would be great. But if they end it here, this is a perfect ending. And I don't think they're going to top this ending. I do not. Unless they go the Rambo Last Blood route, because this is just perfect. From the beginning, you know he means business all the way to the climatic conclusion. Oh, man. This film, it's just a tour de force, man. This is cinema. And Chapter 4 may in fact be my favorite John Wick film. That's just a quick list of my favorite John Wick films. To be honest, I love all these films. They're number one in my eyes. It was hard ranking them, but it's been a long time since there's been 4 films that have been consecutively good. It's going to be a joy to watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray and binge watch all 4 films. In the meantime, let me know your favorite John Wick film and your favorite John Wick moments down in the comments below. And remember to always use a number 2 pencil. Till next time.